Right, today we're about to go from the centre of Hull, which is here. I'm going to go right over to the east, a place called Greatfield, and there was a very famous man lived there, who I'm not going to reveal just as yet, but let's go and have a look here, okay? Right, here we are on Greatfield. Do you remember it all, Mike?
Yeah, I remember all this.
Yeah, and we used to deliver newspapers from that shop over there, the end shop, which was a newsagent's. And over here, if we look over here, this was all grass. This used to be grass before the car park, and that was Greatfield Fish Shop. And we're going to talk about this fish shop because the famous man that we've come here to talk about, he was an inspiration to every teenager on this estate who wanted to play guitar. And we were all so proud of him. He lived on this estate and we used to meet outside that fish shop. There was no internet, there was no YouTube channels. We just had to sit there and share ideas, sometimes with guitars that only had 5 strings and were virtually unplayable. But we managed to get some of these riffs off this guy. So yeah, that used to be grass and we used to sit in the front of there and trade ideas. So let's go and look at somewhere else first of all. Right, great to be back on Greatfield, born in that house over there. We've got a young man here. Do you know who he was then, this guy?
Yeah, a legend of the music industry. I do think he lived somewhere over the
road.
Yeah,
over that way somewhere. And you said your brother plays as well.
Yeah, my brother's a musician. I think we'll maybe take a bit of inspiration from.
Yeah, we was all very proud at the time when this guy made the headlines. He was an inspiration to every teenager on this estate. But thanks for that. Great. What's your name, by the way?
George.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Howard, nice to meet you.
Take care.
Thank you. So yeah, I used to live in that house there, number 259, Annandale Road. I was actually born in the front bedroom at the top of the house there. But when we were downstairs, I used to see this guy who would come here to do the video about. I used to see him stood at this very bus stop here with his spiky hair and his big platforms on, going to work. And he was born on the 26th of May 1942. It was Mick Ronson, a great guitar player, an inspiration to every teenager on this estate. We all wanted to play like him, we all wanted to try the licks and everything. But yeah, we used to see him going at this bus stop, and the reason he was at this bus stop was he was a gardener, and this bus took you further east, and it took you to a place called Bilton Grange, where Mick used to paint the lines for the football pitches and the rugby pitches and stuff. And so he was a grafter, and that's how we started off. But yeah, I used to see him at this bus stop, and I used to say to my mum, that's what I want to do. I want to play guitar like that guy there. And my mother would say, don't be stupid, don't be bloody stupid. But I did, I ended up playing guitar. So anyway, let's move on. Here we go. We're hoping to go and find Mick's house, where we lived on Greatfield. I know, just to go off at a tangent, I had a text from Andy Newlove, who was on tour in Australia with the great Peter Doherty, and he kind of said, would you do a little video of Mick Ronson, because they both adore him. So that's what we're doing today. So it's for Andy and Peter Doherty as well. So let's go and have a look. We're going to walk under this alleyway. I've got many memories of this little alleyway, and this was a little corporation garage. My dad's car used to be in here. And here's a funny one for you. This is what we call the 10 foot. Now what is a 10-foot? Mike, what is a 10-foot? Where's it come from? It's a whole word, isn't it? We know it's a whole word.
I believe it's not a whole word, yeah.
It's
The origin of it, it's just a passageway for big like dustmen to come down.
Yeah. And it is
in between streets, basically. It just gets the name simply from the width from wall to wall.
From the width from wall to wall, yeah.
It looks a bit smaller than 10 feet.
Yeah, well, I think it's to do with this passageway here more
Lay
than...
down.
It's to do with that passageway there that leads to the back way, Mark.
No, that's not 10 foot.
So anyway, 10 foot, it probably is about 10 foot. So, carry on up here. We're going on to, this is called Bideford. Going back to Bideford here. God blimey. God, this brings back memories. I'm going to carry on a little bit. So yeah, the place we're looking for, I believe it's up here, because I used to deliver newspapers, Sunday paper, and I used to actually seem to remember I delivered Sunday papers to his house. So it's Milford Grove, which is up here. Let's have a look. Here we are, Mike. There it is, look. Yeah, I definitely used to deliver newspapers down here. 70p for a Sunday I used to get. 70p. That was a lot of money then. 1974, 75. I wonder how much it is by today's standard. I think I got 70p a bag. So we're walking along Milford and we're looking for number 8. So, and I believe it's on that other side. We don't want to intrude too much on anybody's privacy, but we'll kind of have a little shot of it. And there it is, look. One with a white post box on the front. Number 8, Milford. Fantastic. Very famous house, very famous house. Right, we're going to go back towards the Greatfield fish shop now. We can cut through here. Because a lot of people have told me they used to see me at this fish shop on occasions. So let's go back there and have a look. You remember, we're on Greatfield obviously, but we're going to do a bit more on Mick Ronson, but there used to be 3 pubs on Greatfield. It was a great place. Nobody bothered going into Hull City Centre. They were all packed out every night. And this was one of the pubs. It was called Lord Charles, and it's that one there. And it's now Heron Foods. How sad, eh, Mike?
Top quality, low prices.
We had a few pounds in there, didn't we, Mike?
Wasn't our favourite though, was it?
No, we'll go and have a look at our favourite.
Yeah. That's still there, isn't it, Falcon?
Yeah, it's still there.
Look at it, it's car park.
How sad. Right. In the 1970s, when we were all trying to get these licks, Bowie licks and everything, and we'd come over there, sit over there on the grass and share licks and that. There was no internet, no YouTube, and everybody wanted to play that. Hey! But a lot of us wanted to play the Ronson licks. So that's what we're going to try and do today. We used to rehearse in this room here. Used to put a full band in there rehearsing. Did you know Mick Ronson?
Hello.
Where did he live? We knew him. So one of the main licks we wanted to do was this, and I was doing all the classical stuff, all this stuff. Sorry?
Yeah, you want? Come on then.
Do you want to be on it? Yeah. Oh. So one of the main licks we all wanted to play was this one. And we sat over there trying to work this one out. All this stuff. and some. And the other one that everybody wanted to learn was this one. Remember it. I'm on Greatfield. I think I got some of it right. So yeah, we used to rehearse in that room there when we was in many different bands. But our hero was always Mick Ronson. But later on we're going to talk about another famous guy who came off this estate. But not just yet, we'll leave him for the moment. So yeah, we'll see you a bit later.
Okay.
So here we go, about to pay respect to the great Mick Ronson. I believe his grave's in here. Got a rough idea where it is. It's going to park up here on the left. There is another very famous person in this graveyard. I'm not going to look for him today. What was his name, mate?
Arthur Lucan, otherwise known as Old Mother Ali. It's a musical star from the 1920s.
Yeah, here we are showing respect to the great Mick Ronson. Died far too young. You know, he made as teenagers. He just gave us so much inspiration and so much want to do better things. And he did some great things with Mick Ronson. We won't even go into how many artists he played with. Apparently, he was on one of David Cassidy's singles. I never knew that one. Obviously, played with also Elton John. Who else did he play with? Mike Mott the Hoople.
Ian Hunter.
Ian Hunter, yeah. And he put his talent in lots of directions, and he classically trained from an original age, playing cello originally, I believe. And anyway, a sad loss to the people of Greatfield and everybody really. Well ward, great guy. Here we are, we're now on Bilton Grange Estate. Apparently there's a big mural somewhere of Mick Ronson. So it's round here somewhere. So shall we have a look round the corner, mate?
Yeah, we'll have a look.
Yeah, I think it's up here somewhere.
Fish and chips later on.
Yeah. And that used to be the Dolphin pub, that. Used to gig in there many times. Another Heron Foods. They take it up. Mike, here it is. Just move back, look at that. Big memorial to him. Don't know who that was. So what a great memorial. What a great tribute to one of Hull's superstars. What a great tribute.
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. So yeah, here we are on Alderman News Show. Apparently this is where Mick used to do all the white lands for the rugby pitches and the football pitches, and obviously the running tracks. There used to be a lot of running tracks on here. I believe Hull Spartans used to do a lot of the training on here. So yeah, that was his job for Hull City Council, painting the white lands on this beautiful sports ground. So, and that used to be, am I right, Mike? It used to be a baseball pitch?
Yeah, all this is.
Yeah, all this was a baseball pitch.
Yeah, and being asked if I wanted to play for Oasis when the fest started up.
Yeah. So I used to get the bus from Annandale Road, right in front of 259 where the house I was born in, and this is where we used to come. How long would that have took on the bus, Mike? Wouldn't have been a long trip, would it?
From Greatfield, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, 10 minutes. But yeah, it's a lovely spot,
It's beautiful,
lovely spot.
isn't it, really?
Yeah,
It
real
really
nice, nicely surrounded by trees all the way around.
It's like a natural theatre, amphitheatre.
Yeah.
And these, behind the trees, the hills, and these hills were called...
Yeah, there's a hill that's right up. I think originally it must have been some type of refuse tip or something. And
what it was that this is all spoil from when they built the estate.
Oh right, okay,
built the
right,
hills.
right. I never knew that one, Mike. That's interesting. But I knew for definite this was a baseball pitch. It was a baseball.
You can see the circular size of it now. Well, it's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, I've been here for years.
Ah, great, love it.
Beautiful.
Right. Good day, Mike.
Perfect day, Howard.
Good day.
The sun came out.
Great tribute to the great Mick Ronson.
Ronson is Nick, wherever you are.
Proud to live in Hull there, that great man, great guitar player, super guitar player. And wasn't there somebody else from the same estate, Mike? Another great musician?
Paul.
Paul Denman. Another one who came off Greatfield, bass player with Sade. Just lived just up the road from probably 500 yards away from where Mick Ronson was. Paul Denman, bass player in Sade. He actually asked my friend to teach him bass, and he asked me, and I said, I'm a guitar player. I don't know how to play bass, I'm just starting to learn how to play guitar. And he ended up going to London, and we went on from there. So yeah, good old Paul Denman as well.
That sounds like another video coming up.
Yeah. I believe he lived on Axwell Avenue.
Axwell Avenue.
Yeah, Axwell.
Back to Greatfield then.
We can do something on Paul, I'm sure. He lives in California now.
Only it's California with this weather.
Anyway, I'm sat in the cabin. I'm just reflecting on the great day that me and Mike had on Greatfield Estate, as a tribute to the genius of Mick Ronson. Humble upbringings off Greatfield Estate, and it's a great place to live, and just great to revisit it and talk about Mick Ronson, who was a fantastic inspiration to us all, and it made me want to play guitar. That's all I've ever wanted to do. But more than that, there's a lot of soul there. You can feel it on the estate, a lot of struggle and a lot of warmth, and call it what you want, but it was just a great place to live. When that guy got in the charts and everything, and we knew he was one of us off Greatfield Estate, we all, like I say, we all wanted to copy him. But to point out another little quirky fact, that Mick's riff, the original one to Ziggy Stardust, as I played it on the earlier video, I put an F sharp in there, but that's my way of playing it. But when we played it on Greatfield, none of us could get our fingers past the 3rd fret, and Mick obviously played it at the 1st fret. So what we did is we used the little D chord at the bottom of the guitar because it was easier to play. So we all played it like this. Much more compact, but it maybe didn't have the dynamic of what you'd have done on a Les Paul a bit further up the neck. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll be back soon with another one. He used to live over there. Don't say his name though, because we're not revealing it yet.
Right.
Don't say his name. You're going to be on camera any minute. To be back on the estate, I've got a young man here. Do you know who Mick Ronson was then?
I do, yeah.
Sorry, cut that. I've just said his name. Don't say his name.
No, it was meant to be me, not
Very good. Don't say his name.
No. Just keep going.
Yeah.